Hi, I'm Two-Side Sally. Welcome to my channel. Now, when I first heard about the hashtag not all men and the uproar surrounding the Gillette ad, I thought, oh come on. We've had to deal with inappropriate comments and groping our whole lives, and you're upset about one commercial? Plus, nobody's even saying that it's all men or that all masculinity is toxic. But sadly, when I looked deeper, I found that there are actually a lot of women saying all men and all masculinity is toxic. True feminists have taken the women's movement a long way towards equality. But when a self-proclaimed feminist's comments are accusatory and hateful towards all men, it must be acknowledged that this is no longer feminism. We as women cannot just brush that part off because she says she's championing our rights. Hating and attacking men moves us further away from our common goal of achieving equality. It gives real feminism a bad name, and it makes a lot of men and women not want to be a part of it. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the Gillette ad, which at first I thought was positive and harmless. Then I'll explain why I believe good men are not helping to reduce the sexual assault and violence committed by bad men. My specific issues with the Gillette ad are that as evidence of toxic masculinity, it shows the following misleading scenes. 1. Bullying. Toxic? Yes. But girls can be bullies too, and their nasty words can be just as painful as a punch to the face. 2. Boys watching and men laughing about the objectification and sexual harassment of women. These clips look like they're plucked right out of the 1950s. To use stereotypes from over 60 years ago to depict toxic masculinity today is quite manipulative. 3. The domineering male stereotype in the meeting, condescending the poor little female employee by mansplaining what she just said. The thing is, men mansplain over other men too. Maybe it's to do with males being brought up to suppress emotion and project confidence and certainty. Either way, the scene paints the woman as a victim that needs to be protected. I find that offensive. Strong women in the corporate world and elsewhere can hold their own alongside men and may even occasionally interrupt or talk over the top of men too, or other women. 4. The men at the barbecue, depicted as big buffheads, see boys play wrestling on the ground and go, "Boys will be boys," as if to say, let them fight to the death. In reality, if it was getting serious, the average bloke at a barbecue would step in and break it up before either child got hurt. 5. The repetition of "boys will be boys" by a row of barbecuing bloke zombies would have been harmless if it referred to the way the phrase has been used for hundreds of years, referring to young boys being boisterous and enjoying rough and tumble play. Only within the last 10 years, the phrase has been hijacked by some feminists who have attempted to claim that "boys will be boys" is used as an excuse for sexual harassment and assault. I could not find any examples of men actually using this phrase as an excuse. 6. The men in the studio audience who were laughing at the sexual harassment earlier are seeing more reports of sexual assault filling up the TV screen, and they become very serious and woke, as if the average bloke isn't already decent enough to think that sexual assault is wrong. 7. A white guy in the street attempts to approach an attractive woman but is stopped by his more responsible coloured friend, as if, rather than compliment her or ask her out, he was really about to drag her into an alley and rape her. We really need to draw a clear line between behaviour that might cause minor irritation to a woman and behaviour that actually does cause serious harm. Because some guys that are minor harmless dickheads when they're young grow into perfectly decent blokes within a decade or so. They shouldn't be tossed in the same bucket as rapists and violent abusers. There are a few behind-the-scenes issues too. The profit-making corporation Gillette is hardly one to be dishing out advice on how to treat women. Their women's razors are more expensive and crappier than men's, and in past promotions, they've dressed young women in tight PVC outfits with Gillette across the bums. Also, the ad's female director has previously produced a disturbing portrayal of how she sees Australian masculinity. Check out You Think You're a Man by Kim Garrick on YouTube. I'll link it below. Knowing that someone with that warped view of masculinity produced the Gillette ad gives context as to why there are negative and misleading undertones in the ad. The real key issue. If we as women want equality and safety, we need men on our side. Sorry, but they hold a lot of power in the world and are physically stronger, so it makes sense. Plus, the majority of men are good. But the problem with good men is that they tend to hang out with other good men. If they saw bad behaviour, they would probably already call it out, but they're less likely to see it. Likewise, arseholes hang out with other arseholes, and watching one Gillette commercial is not going to turn a Donald Trump into a Justin Trudeau. Arseholes make up just a small minority of men, but their actions do have a big impact on women. The problem is, most good men are still in the dark as to just how often everyday women are assaulted and sexually assaulted by men. That's why when there's a high-profile accusation of sexual assault, a lot of good men are hesitant to believe it. That's why I believe it's important that we start sharing some of our secret stories directly with the good men in our lives. Yes, it may be embarrassing and very personal, but how else are the good men going to know what goes on and how they can support and help us? Some final words. Don't bring up petty shit like mansplaining and manspreading in the same conversation as sexual assault and expect men to take us seriously. Don't talk about the toxic aspects of masculinity without also acknowledging the toxic aspects of femininity. To imply that men can do no right and women can do no wrong is false and hypocritical. And don't complain about men not expressing their feelings. And then when thousands of men around the world do express their feelings about how upset they are by this stupid ad, so many women mock and ridicule the men's feelings. I guess men should only express their feelings if it's to agree with us, right? Well, that shit got heavy, didn't it? And long. I suggest we all go now and watch the Eggard Watches ad titled What is a Man? And celebrate all that is good about the wonderful men which we share this fair planet with. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this issue and if there's any other issues you'd like me to cover. Hit subscribe to see more and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!